Hi, my name is Athena Lujan Roche. I am PSD's Personnel Liaison and serving on Priority 6 of PSD's strategic plan.
Hi, my name is Melody Lowe, and I'm the Equity Program Manager and Implementation Program Manager for PSD, the Prevention Services Division. And I led all of our IDEA, which is inclusion, diversity, equity, and accessibility work as it related to updating our recruitment and hiring process.
So, the current HR policies that we had in place were just provided a general approach to personnel actions, but they lacked the detail to guide implementation of the policy. So, the tools and the resources that were developed by the work group were created to foster a more consistent and efficient HR processes. One of our group members created what we call a salary guidance worksheet. So this was designed to help create the salaries for new hires and for current staff that might be promoting into new positions. So this worksheet has formulas put into it to help with the justification for creating the salary offer, as well as creating different scenarios that are relevant for the specific position that the hiring manager might be hiring for. And this also helps with the consistency and the efficiency of the process.
And so we created an entire folder referred to as the recruitment process folder. It includes templates, so templates that are email outlines, scoring rubrics for our internal staff to be able to view, as well as documents that they need to review, which go over the dominant culture do's and don'ts, preventing discrimination, inclusive hiring practices, as well as interview questions that specifically focus on neuro inclusion, culture, and inclusion, diversity, equity, and accessibility. In addition to that, we have a mini explicit and implicit bias training where we do a small training and there's open conversation on how we all have biases that show up through the recruitment process and how can we support each other in that, as well as a staff community recognition guide. Say thank you and give back to the people who gave their time and partnered with you, understanding that the value in incorporating all of this is not just on one person, but on all of us. It's all of our jobs. We're to be headlights moving forward and supporting each other to make sure that all of the resources and tools that have been created can be implemented successfully.
So, as my role as the personnel liaison, I'm involved in all of the hiring processes. And so, what I've noticed, with making this process easier, I've seen just an influx in the hiring. There's a lot of new hires. And so, with that, I feel that PSD teams have been better supported, which I think has allowed for current employees, current staff to then be focused on for growth and development. And then I've seen a rise in our promotions. So making the hiring process easier has allowed for current employees for their professional growth and advancement as well. So I've then seen a rise in promotions. So that's been exciting. So seeing a growth in staffing, but also in just current staff moving up within PSD. So that's been exciting, I think, to see that as well.
It would be to identify what are your values, what's important to you, and then who can you partner with in order to implement it and improve an overall recruitment process. And so for us, one of our values is increasing our diversity and including different perspectives in how we look at the entire process and bringing people in, understanding that when you have diverse representation, you're promoting innovation, creativity. You have so many different ideas that are able to come into a space that naturally wouldn't have been there. And so when doing that, you need to identify who is missing, who's not represented throughout your recruitment process. And that can include your applicant pool. Should we be recruiting somewhere else? Our panel members, are we asking the same people who look just like us to be part of the panel, or should we tap into some other individuals? People who create policies, as well as every single thing in between. And so that would be the biggest thing that I would say, because at the heart of what we do in creating this process, we strive to help people find and realize the importance of every single person feeling seen and included, recognizing that with that you're building communities, you're fostering connections, and you're breaking down barriers to make a system more effective for every single person involved.